this past weekend. Over the past few weeks before that, we'd had a lot of great things in the sport. This past week, a couple not so great things. The one thing that stands out most was probably the Andre Dirrell, Jose. I always get this guy's name wrong. Uzcategui. I think that's how we pronounce it. Uzcategui.
How do you say it, Jeff?
Uzcategui. Easy for me to say, but yeah, you all have to spell that later. Anyway, everybody knows, I'm sure, but basically what happened, Dirrell got hit just after the bell by a combination. One landed right before, one right at the bell. The final one landed moments after the bell, leading to a big fiasco afterwards, in which Leon Lawson Jr., Dirrell's uncle, threw a couple shots at his name's hard to say. Uzcategui. Yeah. Anyway, first of all, Jeff, let's start with you. The combination, the punches during the fight that Uzcategui threw. What do you think? Ultimately ended up being a disqualification. Do you think that that's the way it should have been scored?
It looked like to me that in the heat of the battle, it seemed like the guy threw a 3-punch combination, and just the last punch just happened to end on the bell. It wasn't even after the bell; it was on the bell. So that's what I see. Don't get me wrong. Mayweather had a fiasco like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. We'll get into that a little bit. I want to ask. We'll talk about that in a few minutes.
Okay.
Dewey, what were your thoughts?
It was a very misfortunate situation. I personally know Andre Dirrell. I personally know Leon also. But the fight seemed to be a competitive matchup. I thought the punch was slightly after the bell, but I don't think it was an intentional foul. I think it was the heat of the moment. Uzcategui had just ran into a left hand, and he countered right over the top with a 3-punch combination. That final hook landed slightly after the bell, and it was Andre Dirrell's demise that punch landed. But remember, guys, we have to protect ourselves at all time. Dirrell made a fatal mistake being in that corner with his hands down, and things like this happen in boxing. I think it was the wrong call by the referee, and the aftermath was definitely uncalled for.
What would you have ruled if it was up to you? They went with the DQ. What would you have called it? Would you want the scorecards? Would you no contest? What would you have done?
I think after all the emotions and all the craziness that went on, they probably made the right call. It was more of a precautionary thing. Dirrell looked like he was badly hurt from the punch. He went out head first to the canvas, it seemed. So just based on emotions, I think the commission and the referee thought they were doing the right thing, because there was definitely a foul. It's a judgment call whether you consider it intentional or unintentional. So I think just by the rules of the book, they probably made the right call for everyone. But I felt in my heart as a fan and as a fighter that it was definitely the wrong call. The guy threw punches. He was throwing a combination. It landed. Dirrell was knocked out and badly hurt. And if you can't get up in the 10 count, you can't be saved by the bell. You lose the fight by KO. So I think it was the wrong call. But in essence, they made the by-the-book call.
Amer, how did you see that?
I watched the last combination, the last exchange a few times. I watched it with sound and I watched it without sound. I just wanted to kind of see if there was any hesitation in either of them at the sound of the bell. And the answer is no. There was no hesitation in the, what's his name? Uzcategui's aside. And more so, and this is what nobody's even bringing up, and all respect to Andre and Anthony Dirrell, we came up with them in the amateurs. I have all the respect for the family. But Andre Dirrell didn't hear the bell and turned away and dropped his hands. He didn't take any, kind of slight, any kind of rest because of the bell. If that combination would have been thrown 2 seconds before the bell, that fight right now, we would have been talking about how Andre Dirrell got stopped in that fight. That was a clean exchange. It was a clean combination. Andre Dirrell did not put his guard down because he heard the bell. It just ended up happening to be that punch did land slightly after the bell. But it was in the midst of a 3-punch combination that was very effective. As far as the ruling goes, I think the fact that they did disqualify him was because he was warned in previous rounds for hitting after the bell. Had that not happened, they would have went to the scorecards in which Dirrell was down majority decision. And one other point that I want to bring up, I think the referee made a fatal mistake. He said in front of Andre Dirrell, I'm going to disqualify the other guy. And that, I don't want to say it increased the performance, but it definitely didn't give him incentive to get back up.
Well,
great, profound look. I never thought about that from that perspective. You're right. Absolutely, 100% right. Yeah, you really swayed my mind. I felt the fight should have went the other way with the decision, but you're right. Dirrell never became defenseless because of the bell. So just from that perspective, you're absolutely right. Uzcategui should have won the fight by KO.
Jeff, do you think that he could have held himself? I mean, could he have stopped the combination? I mean, most people seem to think that he couldn't have.
No, he couldn't. I mean, it was a 3-punch combination where, I mean, the 3 punches were coming. I mean, and it wasn't intentional. I mean, it wasn't flavored. It was just a regular combination that everybody throws. That boxes.
Let's switch a little bit to what happened afterwards with Leon Lawson, the uncle. Let's start with you, JR.
And I saw that video and I saw that highlight afterwards. I'm gonna tell you right now, I would be one fool to be so upset at that situation. How this man went over to the other side and out of sucker punched the heck out of his jaw. Now that is just definitely a low blow.
It wasn't low at all.
right in his jawline. But the thing that really caught to me though is why would a man just apparently he left the building. I understand this man left the building. He left the premises, not taking responsibility of his actions.
Yes.
So it stands, it makes him look a definitely certain way now. Who knows now his reputation, who he is, and what is going to become for him now on? Who knows? That was just shocking.
That's what keeping it real goes wrong.
Keeping it real goes real wrong.
But that is hood mentality. You do a crime, you exit before you get strapped up for the time.
Now here's the thing. I've seen myself on both sides of that sword. I can absolutely attribute and I can attest to why a family member or coach would swing at him. The problem wasn't the sucker punch to me. It was that he went over there and engaged in conversation, kind of to lure them into everything's okay. And in the middle of the conversation, he went over there and stole him. I mean, if you're going to do it, just walk over there and do it. But to go over there and start talking to him and say, oh, yeah, okay, I'll back to that, boop. That was horrible. And what was even worse than that is the guy's corner man just stood there and watched it. I mean, he didn't even try to come into the ring and stop it.
I think it was after a 5-second reaction, we're like, everything was like,
yeah, maybe I should go in there.
Oh, maybe I should take some. Maybe I should do something about it. Hey, you two, split it up.
He took it clean. Well, the only one of the shots landed, right? The
Yeah,
third one actually looked kind of funny coming out, but the first one was flush, the second one was nothing, and the third one obviously nothing. It was just, my whole thing was, why are you talking to him if you're going to go over there and do it? Go over there and do it, go over there and do it.
Nah, man. In the streets, you don't let nobody know what's coming. Set him up.
He said
I sure
really
did.
nice.
Set him up.
He was definitely wrong. Leon, it was an emotional decision. And we make decisions based on emotions at the moment. We normally make careless mistakes. He made the wrong call. The reality of the matter is that Dirrell was going to win the fight by disqualification, so nothing was lost. And for him to go over there and react in that manner, it was definitely the wrong move, and he's going to have to face the consequences of his actions. And I agree with you. If you're going to go over there, if you're going to storm to the other side of the ring, let everyone know that you have violent, whatever tendencies on your mind. You go over there to knock the shit out of someone. Don't go over there like it's cool and then just still on a guy. That was kind of suspect.
What'd you think of his form, Jeff?
Good to me, but
Look at the third punch.
You can't question him.
Well, Coffee Jantua compared him to you as far as the power goes.
Man, I know.
Hey, I got a story about that. Many years ago, we were at a boxing gym. Jeff was training me for a fight. We were actually fighting a guy in the same gym as us with a different trainer. And the guy's trainer kept talking crap about how his fighter was going to knock the shit out of me. And Jeff's like, man, Dewey's going to beat his ass, blah, blah, blah. Me and the guy had sparred a few times, and I got the best of him in sparring. Anyway, one day the trainer was talking trash, and Jeff got mad and talked better trash to the trainer than what the trainer was talking to him. And the trainer reached around and smacked the hell out of Jeff, like pimp slapped Jeff in the head. Jeff then turned around, hit him with left hook, right hand, left hook, and knocked the guy out clean.
You know what I'm saying?
So, Coffee Judge Jewel was wrong. If Jeff lands knuckle sandwiches on you without gloves or a bare fist, he's knocking you out. It was so funny. When the guy laid out, we did like the outline, like a murder scene, and we put a little cone there, and it said, "Congratulations, over 50 professional fights, Jeff's first knockout." So Jeff's last knockout was for me, for me.
I heard that story. I just didn't know Dewey was the fighter.
Yeah.
JR, we ask you first. I want to ask everybody, what do you think should happen to him as far as punishment? Legally and boxing wise.
Well, first of all, is where you at? Where you at? What state are you in?
Maryland.
They in Oakland, hold out. Hot now.
Jurisdiction. You're like, there's different laws for every part of the town across the United States. I'm telling you right now, you better give him the most less decision on you.
Let's take it in a boxing sense. What do you should he be banned? Should he serve?
Honestly, I think by everything is a fine. First they hit you with fines, and after that, it's a repetitive thing. Again, let's go back to the history about the fight. The fight definitely had some tension of decision making where somebody was not abiding by the rules. So with that being tension, now you're having all this friction built up towards the end of this whole situation. Now for his actions coming over there and playing cool and then sucker punching the gentleman in the jawline, and then if he wants to kind of escape his way off and into the breeze. He definitely should get a huge fat fine first, but if it's a repetitive thing, if he's going to go around knocking people out in the fights and leaving the scene, then I'm sure it's going to gradually get worse.
Well, I know the WBC has suspended him as of right now. The Association of Boxing Commissions has called for him to be banished. So
Lifetime?
That's just what I read, banishment, wow. So it assumed to be lifetime. Dewey, what do you think should happen?
Well, anytime you do such a flagrant infraction on the rules of professional boxing, a TV fight, and you act uncivilized like that, there's definitely going to be a suspension. How long? That's a judgment call. I would probably say a year's suspension. I mean, the guy, Jose, wasn't hurt from the attack. He wasn't unconscious, so that's kind of concussion from the attack. Jose's okay. I think Jose's more upset about losing the fight, being disqualified, losing a fight that he was winning and most likely was going to win. So I think a year's suspension would be good enough. A lifetime ban would be a little excessive, I think.
What did Roger get when he hit Zab?
Well, I was going to ask, I wanted to discuss that and compare and contrast those in just a minute.
Did he get suspended?
I don't, Jeff, you did.
He did get suspended.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in just a minute. I think you got to keep that stuff out of it. I think 1 year is just not, when a guy only fights once or twice a year.
You think
anyway.
more than a year?
I think more than a year. I think maybe 3 years, 3 to 5 years, maybe.
Oh, well, that's a lifetime in boxing.
Yeah, sure.
Especially at Dirrell's,
man.
Man, you got to get that stuff out of there. I mean, you can't accept it. And when these guys are fighting once and twice a year, so he's going to miss one fight.
Right now, Dirrell's got 2 or 3 solid years left in.
You had a guy that wasn't looking, taking a cheap shot. You're dumb.
No, I can agree. I mean,
you're taking a sport that you're trying to show is civilized in a way. It has rules and about combat, and then you're kind of taking it out of the streets. And I think boxing can't afford that.
Well, I think you got to judge him. I think you got to judge him with how he reacted. Took it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
So you think it should be up to the fighter?
Yeah,
the guy that got hit?
He didn't hurt him.
Well, I know
he didn't hurt him.
So
remember that scumbag that's the one that
I know. I was
Kellerman's brother?
Yeah,
the one that got. What happened to him? No, that was horrible.
No, he was banned for life.
Yeah, he's banned for life.
He was banned for life.
He was banned for life.
Did he get arrested
that
also?
He got arrested too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, a 3 to 5 year suspension. I think
that's
it was. It's a little excessive.
How long have you been training, Jeff? You.
So what do you think, Dewey?
How long have you been a trainer? I've been training more than 5 years.
Maybe okay, 2 years max. I mean, you gotta remember, this is the second time this has happened to his fighter. So
And the second time, people wondered if Dirrell kind of handed up a little bit.
Yeah, but it did happen, and he's an uncle. He's at the gym with Dirrell every day. He's been with Dirrell since day one. So there is a deep love, an unconditional love that goes far beyond a trainer or a boxer. So,
but this wasn't, and I want to kind of or did you want to chime in?
No, but just quick, Jody. What I was going to say is, if that deep love makes you storm across the ring, run over there and just start hitting everybody, not go over there and start engaging in conversation, and in the middle of the conversation do it. But I don't know. Jeff's got the street look on it, so maybe.
Well, that's
But
that's the thing.
You don't give nobody no warning.
It wasn't, and that's why I want to kind of switch over to the Roger with Zab and Floyd. It wasn't like a blatant. This was close either way. You can't say that it was horrible for Uzcategui. I mean, it was close. It was borderline either way. It wasn't
combination
blatant.
Was a good combination.
Well, I'm saying if you want to argue it was late, he got disqualified. Whereas when Zab, he threw a very, very, very obvious low blow followed by a shot to the back of the head. I can see where Roger gets pissed there because that was horrible. Yes. Whereas Uzcategui's was close. Jeff, I mean, compare the two.
I mean, don't get me wrong. In a sense, there's no comparison because I mean, what Zab did was flagrant, and I mean, that possibly could have ended for the career. So I mean, if I was in the corner, I would have did the same thing.
Yes, there's no comparison. There was an obvious foul and an intentional foul in the Mayweather-Zab fight. But remember, who knows, when Leon went over there and interacted with the guy's corner, we don't know what what they were saying. Maybe it's like, yo, man, that's fucked up what you did, and the guy kind of brushed it off, oh, get over it. Who knows what the dialogue was. I'm not going to go and fight for Leon 1 year suspension, but he hit a guy barefisted in the chin. The guy wasn't knocked out. He seems to be okay. There was obviously a crime that went on. If he goes to jail for assault and gets 5 years in prison, that's different. But they
said he's actually facing up to 35 years.
Yeah,
what?
Maybe
for what?
But so
where'd they fight?
If there's
Maryland.
a crime, if there's a crime, an assault charge, let the criminal system take care of that. The state of boxing, we are in a sport where aggression is part of it. And if you suspend them for 3 years, that's going to harm the fighter also. We can't really damage the fighter for what his manager / trainer / uncle did also. A year suspension, 2 years suspension max, man. You can't banish him for life.
Most people got on Galata, too. They hit him with a cell phone or something after the fight.
How long did Roger get suspended? Do you remember?
I think he got suspended for, 6 months. And he got a hefty fine. I think the fine was like probably
$3,000 or something.
Yeah, probably $250,000.
Damn.
But I do agree, Leon screwed up. Really wrong thing to do. So whatever the commission decide, I guess is fair game, because when you put your fighter at risk, when you put your integrity at risk, and you show the world really ignorant behavior, whatever you're faced with, you got to take it on the chin.
It's
like Jose did.
JR, let me ask you this as a fan, someone that's not directly involved with the business. Kind of like in NHL hockey, they've kind of eliminated the fighting a little. Not eliminated it, but they've reduced it a lot to try to class it up a little bit.
Wrong move.
When you're watching, do you appreciate the little extracurricular like that, or do you want to see it more?
Man, I want to see ambition. I want to see passion. That's right. Passion is what I have to look out for. This is coming from a son of a boxer. When this is the reason why I'm even out here in Vegas. My father fought in the '76 Olympics for Dominican Republic, and always watching him fight, always seeing the passion within the ring. So I expect to see a lot of ambition, fight, and drive. I feel like people are kind of polishing it up too much, but I really miss that authentic. We are here for a purpose. Let's both get in the ring and let's both put on a great show and see who has it.